Hey guys, iPod Crevic King here, and WWDC 2012 just ended yesterday, since it's the 12th. Yep, it started yesterday, which was the 11th, and they announced some pretty cool stuff. They announced Mountain Lion, which they already did in, I believe, January 2012, but, they added, I think, a couple features to that. I'm not quite sure, but they did refresh the MacBook Pro, add a really nice next generation MacBook Pro that's really cool. Has all new specs and stuff, and they released a lot of cool stuff. So they also released iOS 6, which I'm only going to be covering in this video. I'm not really going to be covering the Max or the Mountain Lion, anything like that. This video is just going to be directly toward iOS 6. So I'm sorry if the video isn't as organized, or I'm only covering iOS 6 because I just got back from my cousin's house. I'm so tired. I'm all worn out, and so I just unpacked, and I'm, gonna shoot this real quick video. Sorry I didn't do this on the 11th, this is the 12th, and I'm sorry a bit late, but that's the reason, and we're gonna cut right to it. I'm on iPhone for notes, just as, give my opinion on this kind of stuff, what I think of iOS 6, because I do love iOS, and I think it's only getting better as, the new updates come on, and we're gonna talk about that. So, the first feature in iOS 6 that, is pretty big is gotta lock the orientation for a second, is Maps. They're done with Google, and they added some better, smoother, and awesome 3D mapping system with new features. So they're done with Google, like I said, and they're not using Google Maps anymore. They're using their own kind of maps, and it's 3D mapping system, which I believe they're going to, or Google is going to, or already announced at Google I/O. But either way, it's going to be really cool. I saw a demo of it, and from what I hear, it's going to be pretty cool. I'm not big with maps, however, hopefully this feature is going to be really nice because, guys, it's going to be beautiful. The current mapping system I thought was good. I thought it had great graphics, especially on the iPad or the big screen. But 3D mapping, it's going to have like an angle, and I believe you can tilt kind of thing. You can tilt to pan and map around. Sorry if my chair's a bit squeaky. I need a new chair to do this. But anyway, that's beside the point. But it's going to be a great mapping system. I really do hope. We're going to have to see in October, when we actually test it out. So that's Maps. Siri can do more. Well, you can do more Siri. I believe it can open applications. Not quite sure of that, but Siri definitely got better. And it can do sport. You can, recognize sport teams, restaurants, and movies. Also available on the new iPad. So, new iPad users, I'm so jealous because I have an iPad too. I wish I had the new iPad. But you guys get Siri, full Siri, not dictation, full Siri. Along with those new updates, which is sports, restaurants, and movies. Sports basically is nice for all you sports fans. I'm not really a big sport person, however, I do like basketball. But, if you can do that, basically sports works. You can say, like, who's taller, Kobe Bryant or LeBron James or whatever. Different player stats, different teams, all that kind of stuff. Restaurants, has different restaurants. I didn't really pay attention to that, but and movies, you can ask movies. So tickets and that kind of stuff. So that's that. Siri did get a lot better, and that's always good. Now in iOS 5, they announced, or one of the features was Twitter integration. Now I think Facebook's a little more popular than Twitter, and they decided to not kill Twitter integration, but just add Facebook integration, which is always good. You can do that kind of stuff. It's not like it's bad or anything. If you don't want to use it, don't use it. Don't hate on it because it's a feature. If that made any sense. Share photo stream. You can select photos to stream for selected people. So this is a feature. I guess it's a good feature. I guess if you like photo stream, you can basically, I think, select the people you want to stream to and select what you want to stream in your photo stream library. So that's always nice. Basically, just update the photo stream. Sorry if I'm talking a bit fast here, but Passbook is great for business people. I'm really kind of still confused on this one. I'm not really sure what it does or what it's supposed to do, but all I know is that it's great for business people, and what I've been hearing a little bit about it, kind of still fuzzing my mind, but it's going to be great for business people. But basically, I think it's like Starbucks thing, and you can scan barcodes, and you can have all your businessy applications and business stuff in one application. That's very bad, poor explanation. I completely honestly forget, and in the beginning I barely even knew what it was in the first place, so that's that. Sorry, I don't really know what that means. You can check Apple's website. I have a link in the description, apple.com/iOS, and then you can go to iOS 6. But link in the description to check out all the new features on iOS 6. By the way, this is just the main features, not every single pinpoint feature. There are over 200 like there was last year, so these are the main ones. FaceTime over cellular, pretty flat out, FaceTime over cellular, which some people have been noting that they didn't say over 3G, which does mean that the new iPhone will probably have, will probably have 3G. Not 3G, sorry. We'll probably have 4G, so that's always good. Kind of a little hint there. But that's always nice. Not sure how that will go with data. So, so for those who have lower data plans, not sure how that'll work out. But, that's that. Pretty cool nonetheless. Phone, they added a new phone app, so you can send to voicemail, reply with message, or remind me later. So that's always nice. Obviously, it's an iPhone. You have to make some phone calls, so we don't have to. But, one of the main things is phone calls. And it's always nice that they add some updates. Send to voicemail, so you can call me, you can send to voicemail. Reply with a message, you'll have a little pop-up down here. You can just reply with a message. And remind me later. So that's always nice. You can remind to call them later, whatever. Mail, they did add some new features to Mail. A VIP list, which is interesting. I do like it, cool feature. So say you're like a business guy and you don't want to miss a cool feature, or not feature, a cool email for mail or your boss or whatever. It's going to be very important, or have a special list for mail so you won't miss those, certain emails that are important or you really want to read. Yeah, that's about it. So that's up for mail. Safari, this is probably one of my favorite features, is really, on my iOS devices, the main thing I do is the internet browser. I love the internet. I live on the internet. Not really, but a lot of my stuff, most of my life, unfortunately, is on the internet. Not most of it. I do go outside a lot, but a lot of it's on the internet. I love the internet, and Safari is a great web browser for mobile, I think. Not really, actually. But anyway, they added some new updates to it to make it better. iCloud tabs. So, I'm not really big into this iCloud thing. I mean, everyone's like, oh, it's iCloud. I still don't really know what iCloud is. I thought it would be like all your storage is in the cloud or whatever. I still think that's it. But anyway, iCloud, I think it's just going to be a pain in the butt to just have a couple tabs and sync them over to your phone or whatever, for your Mac, whatever. I don't know. That's kind of weird. But anyway, if you like iCloud tabs, you can sync your tabs between two devices. Full screen landscape browsing, which I do love. So say I have my iPhone in landscape, which is on orientation lock right now, but say if I have on landscape, I'm assuming you have a button to press right here, and basically all of it will be open, so you won't have this big bar that's right here. It's about like, all these total right here and here. It just blocks up a lot of screen real estate. So the fact that you can have an article, you want to land landscape in your bed, and you have the whole screen real estate to, read and do all the kind of stuff on. So that's always nice, really nice feature. And the last one, I'm going to be pointing in this video, well, not really last one. I do have one little handy feature that I think will be cool. That's kind of a mini feature. I'll get to later. But this feature is accessibility. It basically got better. You can check out, like I said, all the features on apple.com/iOS or whatever. Like I said, I'll have a link in the description. That basically tells you all about the accessibility options. That's one thing I like about iOS, is that it really is usable for a multi-range of people. You don't need to be a big tech guy, to use iOS. Sorry, that was the complete opposite I was saying. You don't need to be a really low-end, tech savvy, whatever guy to use iOS. And you can use them with disabilities. So say you have a disability, a problem, use iOS. These accessibility options really do work for iOS, which is always nice. iOS is, available and can be used for a wide variety of people, mostly everyone in the world, I think, or generally. And the last feature that I'm going to be covering in this video is not really a main feature, but like I said, it is a nice feature that I think is important. Just a fun thing that I think will be important for me, and that is the Do Not Disturb setting in the Settings app. Basically what this does is, say you're sleeping and you don't want people to alert you, or you have a Facebook message or Twitter, whatever. Basically what this will do is turn off all messages or push notifications or alerts on your device. So I always do this. I'm sleeping and then I hear like a bling or whatever, and it's a Twitter at reply or whatever, and it's very annoying. It really is. So this is great, and I always forget to turn off my volume all down or all the way, but I shouldn't do that because now I have Do Not Disturb in iOS 6. But anyway, getting back to the point, this is a really nice feature. But not only that, and this is what I really think is cool, Apple actually thought of this and said, say if you have a phone call, and they call, it's an emergency phone call, and you don't want to miss that, and you have the Do Not Disturb at night, or someone died, or a fire, or whatever, and they say they call twice, or like a 3-minute range, or whatever. If they call twice, it'll, still alert you, even if you're on Do Not Disturb, it'll still call you, which I really do think is awesome, because it could be very important, and, Apple cares about your family, and they don't want you to die, or a family member to die, so I guess that's really cool. I don't know why I said that, but anyway, that's a nice feature that they added into iOS 6. Well, that's basically all the features they added. No, not all the features they added, but that's the main features that I think are important. I mean, that I like, and basically the main features that Apple thinks are important. But, that's basically it. Now, time for my final opinions on iOS 6. Do I think it's a good upgrade? It's free, so why not upgrade? If your device is supported. By the way, it supports iPhone 4, iPhone 4S, iPad 2. I'm blurry on this, guys. The iPad 1 may be supported. I'm not sure. The iPad 2, I know the iPad 2 is, the iPad 3 is, the iPhone 4 is, the iPhone 4S is, iPhone 3GS is. So the iPad 1 may be supported. But anyway, go check on Apple's website. Like I said for the third time, link in the description. But that's about it. So that's, what the devices support. And I think it's a pretty okay upgrade. I mean, from what people were saying, I guess I got caught up in the rumors like I always do, like with the iPhone 4S. I thought it was going to be the iPhone 5, and it was the 4S. I was all disappointed, even though I wasn't going to get it. Still, I was very disappointed. I just, I thought it was going to be really great. Still is, but I thought it was going to be a lot better. Same thing with iOS 6. I mean, I really thought it would be a revamp. I mean, really, guys, look at this. This is basically how iOS 6 is going to look. Like that, really. Hopefully that's in the camera, so I'll look really stupid, but that's basically what it's going to look like. A grid of icons, a dock, you scroll through pages. I mean, still, I do love iOS. I do really like the simplicity. I do like the simplicity. That's not a problem. It means you're more stable. It means it's a lot, more not more applications, but it just means that it's a more wholesome, I think, OS, and it just works, and it's a lot more stable, and it's a lot more reliable. And I think it just works a lot more well than Android, where you have to kind of think more about customizing it. What do you want to do that? And that's, this is a kind of a side rant. I think you shouldn't really argue between operating system. I mean, they both do different things. They're so different, iOS versus Android. Maybe you are a person that doesn't really want the customization. You don't want to be overwhelmed with the customization features and the all open sourceness and the whole, it's on your own, then iOS, and you go for Android, or wait, what did I say? Maybe you don't want it, so then you go for iOS. But say you do want all that, you want to really customize and root it, and you're kind of a geek and you want to do whatever you want with it, then go for Android, guys. And you really shouldn't argue between which one's better, because they're both great, they're both awesome. I just really prefer iOS because, well, I like the operating system, I love the company, Apple has great support. I just like iOS for just what it is, how stable is it. It has great software, and I think the software and hardware really blend well for it. I just went way off topic right there, but I don't care, guys. This is me. This is what I think of it. It was just kind of a side rant there. But now back to I think if iOS is great. Like I said, not really an amazing upgrade. I thought it would be a revamp with widgets and all that kind of stuff. Widgets by meaning different kind of. I don't know. I don't even know. I was kind of hooked up on that kind of stuff. Like maybe widgets in the icon or easy access to kind of stuff, which it is getting better at. I mean, I believe when you pull down Notification Center, you will see a couple widgets in there, a little more. But that's basically about it for my iOS 6 recap video, what I think about it, all that kind of stuff. Like I said in the beginning of the video, sorry if it was I'm talking really fast, aren't I? That's just me. Anyway, like I said in the beginning of the video, sorry I'm late. This was supposed to be on the 11th, however I was at my cousin's Had a great time if you were wondering. But that's about it. I'm excited for iOS 6 nonetheless, even though it wasn't the best upgrade or it wasn't what I thought it would be. I'm still excited for it nonetheless. So that's about it for this video. If you enjoyed the video, please like it and subscribe up above. That will let you know when I post a new video. That's about it, guys. I'm Crafter, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.